Welcome to Commentate This. I'm your host, Anthony Cruz, and with me always is Nick Portela. What's going on, man?
How are you, brother?
I'm doing all right. Just another day in the bucket, quarantined, but looks like, we got to break some rules over here to get this shit done.
Yeah, we're not practicing social distancing, you know this.
I know. If we're any closer, man, we'll be one. Lock fingers.
That's oddly enticing. That's oddly enticing.
I know. When you quarantine, you say wild shit.
After a while, right? Everything starts to look good to you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at that Captain Marvel figure over there. It's looking kind of tempting.
Yeah, I know. I would show you all that, but you know what? Static cameras.
Yeah.
Static. We're not gonna show it. Maybe
YouTube, not
maybe if I get a third camera, I'll do a picture-in-picture where you can look at the display, so you don't have to look at our ugly faces the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
So this is Commentate This. This is a quarantine special. We're gonna commentate over some shitty movies or classically like what do they call it? Guilty pleasure movies.
Guilty pleasure movies, absolutely.
Guilty pleasure movies. And I figured, what better way to do this than to start off with one that hits home in so many different ways. And that would be Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
we're gonna commentate over Mortal Kombat, and so this will be a good opportunity. I'll give you time to go and load up the movie because it is available on Netflix, so you can watch it on Netflix
in all of its shitty glory.
We'll come to that later, but we're definitely gonna do it. It's on Netflix, so load it up. I'll give you the 3, 2, 1 go, and then we'll start the movie. But we'll also, if you have it on home video and you don't have Netflix, who doesn't? But if you don't, load it up. And you know what? Watch with us, whatever, rent it, however you do it. But join us on and join in on the fun. I wish we were doing this live.
Me too.
It would have been so much fun live. But
we'll get there.
We're
gonna get there. This is like a test run. We're gonna get this there.
This is definitely a test run. Definitely a test run. So, we're gonna start this thing. You know what? Let's first of all, how are you? I know you're working through all this.
Yeah, well, like everybody, we're just trying to get acclimated to our new normal. And hopefully our new normal won't last too long. But while it's lasting, we got to make the best of it, and
right.
Hold on to the people close to us and communicate, reach out as best you can. We can't always be near each other for obvious reasons, but if that means, FaceTime, Skype, whatever your thing is, WhatsApp.
I notice a lot of programs now are doing this film from home thing, like Saturday Night Live. I don't know why I have trouble fucking saying that. It's like my tongue goes into like a stroke and it's going. Saturday Night Live. It's like Saturday Night Live.
That's a phrase.
So, they started recording stuff from home. I gotta check it out. That's really a unique thing. It seems like the late night talk shows are doing it. They'll stream their guests from home and stuff like that, and it seems to be working pretty well considering.
You can it can be
because nobody anticipated this was gonna go on.
Hell no.
So the fact that they're able to do this, so why not join in the fun? That's what everybody seems to be doing, and commentate this is very simple, easy to do. Anyone can do it. Any schmuck with a phone, any schmuck with a recording device can go on there and do it. That means you.
All of you.
Everyone in this ether here.
Yeah, all of you up in that cyberspace, all of you.
Oh shit, damn it. 6 feet, get the fuck away from me. So
that was just the wrong pipe, not COVID.
Okay. That's more stuff that we have to talk about off camera.
Is it hot in here?
All right, so we're gonna get into this movie, and I'm gonna get people time to set up. Hopefully they got it down, and we're gonna start this movie. All right, so just bear with me. Oh snap! You know what? I think I left my phone over there. Can you do me a favor?
I'll reach it. Hold on.
You are the man.
I'll be right back.
And I will entertain you.
Sing it, Tone. Sing it.
I'm here for you.
There you
go. My constituent brought me my portable computer machine. You know.
Yeah, man, it's amazing how such a huge part of our lives the phones become. Huh?
I know that's a topic for another.
Yeah,
time.
you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
So all right, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1. I know I just did that shit backwards.
Yep.
But I was doing it because I was fucking with y'all.
Yeah. He did that on purpose.
Let's do it again. 3, 2.
Let me help you. You got the 3. I got the 2.
All right. 3,
2. Oh, let me see. 2.
All right. No bullshit now. We're going to start right now.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Go. All right. We're starting off at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Whatever the fuck that is. All
That's
right.
Really subtle.
It comes up. It comes up in your face. It really comes up in your face. Like Mortal Kombat just shouts, and it just berates you for the next 5 minutes.
It really does. It's an attack on all your senses, from the soundtrack to everything.
But the thing is that when this came out, like this song was like the rage. Like
this
everybody
in clubs, man. This song was in techno clubs. I remember that.
This is an interesting year.
You ain't kidding. Oh man.
Mortal Kombat, and we get the big splash logo, Mortal Kombat, right over the face, neck, and chest.
You know, one thing I will give this movie credit for, it didn't try to be anything other than what it was.
All right, that's true. So right now we get our first shot of what would be the titular villain, which is Shang Tsung, played by a wonderful actor who freaking sells this shit. Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Hiroyuki
Tagawa, yeah. He's freaking
been
phenomenal.
in many movies. This guy,
like
B movies and big budget movies too.
He comes in and he like hams it up as Shang Tsung. Like
he had fun.
He knew exactly what movie he was in.
Yeah, he had fun with this role.
Here it is. We got some no-name, somebody getting his ass whooped.
That and Mortal Kombat was huge in Japan at the time. Huge.
Oh yeah, it was big everywhere. It was in every laundromat across the
you ain't kidding.
sea from shiny sea. Snap! See, that's what happens when you take it in the ass.
Oh.
And when you get a foot from Shang Tsung, it goes right up the cooler.
Right up the cooler.
All right, he's talking to you, Nick.
Your brother's soul is mine.
Yo, what did your brother do?
He kept watching True Blood.
He's coming for you.
He kept watching True Blood. That's what happened.
Oh, shit, that's a face of Mother Glove. Oh, we get our first shot of the titular hero, Liu Kang.
Yes, in his Vidal Sassoon glory here.
I think my mother had that hairstyle.
I think my aunt had that hairstyle too.
And my mom rocked that. I don't know if she got the Liu Kang, if she got it from him.
It's like a mullet, but not.
Oh, Liu Kang got it from him.
You know, it's like a nullet.
Well, he does martial arts.
He's actually if memory serves me correctly, he's a wushu champion actually.
Yeah, I like wushu. It's very delicious.
That's Mushu, man. You racist bastard.
All right, this is the typical, stereotypical, like
tough chick.
But this is very 90s, early 2000s sort of thing where, like, you got a powerful female, and like they got to do this, like, we got to have her in an action scene in a club or something like that, and usually tends to be the ongoing thing with these sort of. This is like third-rate B movie type shit.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And then we get Kano.
He was terrible.
You know something?
This guy was terrible.
No.
With a capital tear.
No. I watched this last night before we decided to do this.
Right.
And I enjoyed him.
Did you?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because this movie is so bad in so many ways, but he just eats it up. Like, his fight scene was terrible.
Oh, God, atrocious.
But he has the charisma of a Kano. You know what I'm saying?
I wish he had the skills of a Kano. I
wish too. But he was entertaining. What his name is? Goddard, whatever the fuck his name is. Hold on, I'm gonna get you his name. Trevor Goddard is his name.
Has he ever done anything else? The name?
Not that I'm aware of.
I wonder why.
I don't know, but I enjoyed him. He was a dick in the best possible way.
far as dicks go, I guess maybe you're right.
Yeah, man. You gotta look at the nuances.
I'm trying.
Not the nuisances.
Not the nuisances, but the nuances. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. You know how many violations she's broken?
Oh yeah,
just
opening fire in public.
Yeah,
She didn't even read him his rights. She just blasted his ass.
No Miranda rights. No
Nothing.
chance to surrender. She just.
Where's Tango? Where is...
You just shot him in the chest. You wonder why he can't talk?
He's got blood in his lungs. Like, what the fuck you want
You
him to
wonder
do?
why he can't talk? You just shot him in the chest.
Oh, okay. So this is the intro to Johnny Cage.
Yes, he was okay. He was okay.
This movie does a lot of interesting things. Like
I think this movie did a
like
lot right.
It goes through the gambit of introducing each of the main characters, the side characters.
Right, it does do that. Absolutely.
And that's cool because it is a movie. You wanted some context. It's not like the video game where you just select the character and start fighting.
Right. Like I had mentioned earlier, that the movie didn't try to be anything more than what it was. This is a very good example of that.
Very good example.
Right.
Of
Johnny Cage was this actor according to the storyline of Mortal Kombat, he was an actor who wanted to prove that he was, in addition to being an actor, a legitimate martial artist, because he was in the game, rather, he's a world-class martial artist, and he wanted to prove that. My only beef was, I don't think that I think they probably should have selected a real martial artist to play him, because he never convinced me. He walked the talk well. Like, he talked well, he acted like Johnny Cage, but when the fight scenes happened, he just, I don't know, he seemed okay to me.
I mean, like, let's put it this way. In this movie, he's had the best scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, he did.
You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
I
So
agree
that
with
says
that.
a lot
Yes,
about how he sells that part. And
Yeah,
how
I
he
don't think
sells
this guy's
the
real
fight
martial
scene was the
artist.
best fight scene in the movie, and we'll get to that shortly. And that was probably the most Mortal Kombat in this whole Mortal Kombat movie. It's almost laughable how it looked like they had this idea for this one scene and built the movie around it.
Which may not have been a bad idea.
Here we just got a Steven Spielberg. That guy, the director, looked like a Steven Spielberg type, and now we got a George Lucas type.
Yep.
Something was influenced here. I don't know what.
There was something going on here.
Somebody was like, "Can we get them?" No. All right, let's get some people.
Let's get someone else.
You're one of the best martial artists in the world.
He right now he's trying to get convinced to go into this Mortal Kombat competition. And he's going, "What's that?"
You know what's amazing? This guy has a frightening resemblance to Kenny Rogers.
Like, through the years, you try to fight me now.
Oh, God. Yo, Johnny, enter the tournament, but just remember, you got to know when to hold them. And know when to fold them. And know when to walk away. But whatever you do, just don't be the coward of the county.
Word up.
That'd be terrible. And don't let a lady beat you.
You better count your punches.
You better count your punches.
Oh, and it comes to reveal that it's not his master that he loves and respects, but Shang Tsung himself,
Yes, 'cause
using
Shang Tsung
his
is a shapeshifter.
very unexplained powers in this movie. I like how they just did shit and not explained why or
Yeah,
how.
they just assumed you played the game and
It
you
was like,
understand.
yeah.
They just assumed it. They say, listen, they play the game, they understand, they know what it is.
Nothing
you don't
for
have to
the
explain too much.
nothing for the 60-year-old grandmother who's going to check out Mortal Kombat.
I guess they didn't think they'd get too many 60-year-old grandmothers coming to watch this movie.
Yo, not for nothing. Like, this movie has some serious production value.
Absolutely.
This is the scene where Liu Kang shows up to his old temple, and like you got this wide shot in the temple. And you got all these monks. I was like, yo, they put some work in there. Like, I have to admit,
I have to be honest. This movie is something that, although it's definitely labeled a bad movie, and rightfully so, but I still there's a certain level of love I have for this movie.
There's
a love I have for this movie. This movie always entertained. I saw it in the theaters when it came out.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah,
shit too.
and I still enjoy it
I
to
sold
this day.
I sold hardcore cash, man, shillings, because that's how long ago it was. I had shillings in a velvet pouch, and I threw it on the counter. I said, "Let me see this Combat of Mortals."
Combat of Mortals. There's something wrong with you, man.
So I don't know where they plucked the storyline from, but Liu Kang is actually this disenchanted monk who was supposed to be the chosen one, but refused his thing to live a life of kind of poor. He was living poor in the temple, and then he decided to live poor in public.
He said, "I'm gonna live poor. I'm gonna have a damn apartment."
But I at least have a refrigerator and MTV, so you know
right.
what?
I'm gonna be poor with TV.
I can afford a saloon with my beautiful hair.
That is some beautiful hair.
Word up. He's gonna represent people because you know his brother was killed and it's revenge.
And now we enter Raiden, played by.
Don't bury the lead here. People haven't seen this.
There he is in his voice that sounds like he's been smoking since he was 11 years old.
And then we enter Christopher Lambert,
Mr. Highlander himself.
This is the man who, if you have a production of a cross-dimensional movie,
this is your guy.
You don't get to make it unless he signs off.
That's
on
right.
it.
Him and Rutger Hauer, the two of them together.
Word up. And if you get them both, that's like the Avengers of cross-dimensional movies.
Yeah. That's the Avengers of B movies right there.
Word up. And
I
here
must
it is.
say, Raiden, you're a total failure at your job. I just want to say, a complete and utter failure.
Word up.
At your job of protecting the Earth from. You're
just
terrible.
You rely on mere mortals to protect you. You're a god, for God's sake. Have some pride in your goddamn work.
You just keep failing. You know how I know you keep failing? Because they keep making more games. And they wouldn't keep making more games if you didn't keep failing to protect the Earth from.
Yeah.
So, you need to retire.
We got to stick on the subject. We're watching.
Where's Thor? Where's Thor at when you need him?
So here it is. We got Raiden. He's trying to tell him that, that he is the god of lightning or whatever the fuck he is supposed to be. And then he flips over Liu Kang like he was nothing. Like he didn't see that coming. But here it is. This is the only movie that took somebody like Raiden, who was supposed to be like an Asian character, and said, the hell, we're going to put a Middle Eastern European guy in it. And nobody screamed social justice on this.
Hey, that same actor also did a samurai movie set in the here and now. Or a ninja movie, rather.
The good old days.
You remember that?
The good old days before they started screaming...
cultural appropriation?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's guilty of that in there's at least 7 accounts of Christopher Lambert guilty of cultural appropriation, if you believe in that sort of thing. Yeah.
But at least we get Christopher Lambert and some Gandalf's type hair, so that's the beauty of it.
And the Big Trouble in Little China hat.
Like you gotta appreciate that.
Oh, you absolutely do.
All right, so we got all our heroes in the places they need to be, so they can all meet at the mysterious dock, so they can depart and go to the secret island of Mortal Kombat.
Because it has to be a secret.
Yeah, it has to be a secret. They couldn't have done this at the Y, but
yeah, I don't see why not.
Any
why not
place
just do it at the docks?
Any place is as good as any.
Why's it gotta be an island?
Yeah. And here it is. We get Johnny Cage meeting a friend. He's cannon fodder. He doesn't even get a name yet.
Nope. They just told him his name is... Well, they did. They said his name is Art Lean. But a name that stupid, there's no way you're a main character. Art Lean. Okay, whatever you say. I think that guy is a real martial artist, though. That guy, Art Lean. If I remember correctly, I think he's a champion guy. I'd have to double check it. I don't want to get false information, but I believe that guy.
Why not? All the other information we put out there is.
Hey, speak for yourself, then.
I get it.
All right.
There were some very legit martial artists in this movie, though.
Legit martial artists. There was legit funny moments. Like there's a lot of things about this film that comes together. Like they put some work and effort into this,
and they kept it as true to the game as you possibly probably could.
I think
with
when
this kind of movie.
I think when the movie starts to really fall apart is when they actually go to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, then it gets a little dicey. But it does have some good fight scenes.
Look, we get a look at Jax, who does absolutely nothing in this film.
Damn thing.
He doesn't have metal arms and nothing.
I don't remember if... part 2 was already out when this movie was made, right?
Wait. What, the game?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, part 2 was... Yeah, so Jax was a thing, yeah. Okay.
I believe so. I wouldn't quote me on that. I thought you were going to say a part 2, the movie was out.
Oh, God.
I was like, wait a minute, how's that even work?
Oh, God.
It's like, wait, part 2 of the movie was out when this was being made.
Absolutely. It's like Spaceballs the movie. They already had the tape during the making of it, you know?
One thing I had to give to them, they did a pretty good job in the makeup effects. Like with Kano, I was like, yo, he looks like Kano.
He did. Yeah, he did. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the metal plate on his face with the glowing eye.
And the ninjas looked fantastic. All of them. Sub-Zero, Scorpion, all those guys.
Yeah, they looked great. Now, I wonder how the hell she jumped on the boat. Because that boat was departing.
Yeah, but she got on there.
She found a way. And man, that's a depressing ass boat. That shit is just dark and blue. It was like they don't believe in any kind of ambient lighting whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that boat.
They filmed that shit at night.
They filmed that in the same place they filmed the Terminator, the Terminator flashback when they showed them in the future.
I wonder, when they do stuff like this, it's more well lit and they color correct it and they make it look like night. I think they lean a little bit too heavy on the blue.
Definitely.
This is some blue
it's
ass.
It's like a cheap motel.
It's like, don't take a black light to that place.
Oh, please don't. You're gonna see Goro's seed all over the place.
No, we're not allowed that. So now the 3 heroes have met, and of course Sonya being the angry one out of the group, she has to go into places where she shouldn't be, and just blindly walk into a situation without ever really knowing.
She's tough. She doesn't, she's a tough girl.
I guess so.
She doesn't need permission.
Look, for the fact that somebody who I never met knows my name should give me pause.
You should wonder what the hell you're dealing with. Imagine you walk home and you go into your apartment and someone's there waiting for you and says, "Tony, I've been waiting for you," and you know you never met this motherfucker a day in your life. It's a little unnerving.
Sonya Blade, played by Bridget Wilson.
I'm sure she had a stellar career after this movie was over.
I admit that. Oh, here we go. This is the money shot right here. This is when I remember in theaters. They come out and everyone's like, "Oh!" They lose their freaking minds, man.
Yeah, and they look exactly the way they looked in the game.
I had to tell
and that was awesome.
I had to tell the people running the camera, like, "Yo, stop it! I have to wipe off the screen a little bit because it was the money shot."
It was.
Look at that, amazing.
And he did it, and that was perfect.
And we're like, "Yo, this is so sick." Look at that, right out of the fucking video game.
Like it's supposed to.
Right out of the video game.
They really did them justice. They really did.
They put all the money into them.
They damn sure did.
Let's see. These guys are practically uncredited, but let's see. We have Chris Casamassa as Scorpion and Francois Petit as Sub-Zero.
Okay.
And then later on, we get Scorpion played by not Scorpion. I'm sorry, Reptile played by Keith Cook.
Keith Cook.
For
those who don't know, Keith Cook is a awesome martial artist known for his kicking.
Yeah.
It was once said about him that his kicks were as fast as Bruce Lee's hands. Yeah. If you want to see what he's about, check out China O'Brien. He was in, I think, both parts.
Yeah.
China O'Brien with Cynthia Roth. That's the movie we should review. China O'Brien with Cynthia Rothrock.
We'll get to it. Let's keep to the task at hand.
There you go.
Raiden just came out and just flexed his big fat godly like dick all over the room and handled Sub-Zero and Scorpion like they were nothing.
His godly like dick.
Yes. I mean, he is a god.
He is. He
on and off the camera.
He cracked lightning.
Boom, and he's gone again in a haze of unrealistic lightning.
In a haze of red lightning.
Let's just think this through. There is a rational explanation for this.
Yes, you're on PCP and acid. There's no one who talks like Christopher Lambert.
No one.
He's got an accent and it's raspy, like he's been smoking for a while.
It's like he has an accent, but he doesn't. It's weird. It's like you can never where is he from exactly? You just don't know.
It's like he's like an American doing a European accent.
Sort of. Or like a European who spent the first 5 years of his life in Europe and came to America and spent the rest of his life. He's trying to recapture that accent, but he can't quite get it right. You know, like it's weird.
There are some people who are just built for as character actors, you know. and Christopher Lambert falls under that category.
Listen, that is Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod, damn it.
So now we got Raiden doing just a fuck ton of exposition, because, you know, sometimes you just don't need the story to flesh itself out. You just need exposition. Just
need someone to say what it is.
Ton of exposition.
You're here to fight.
All over your face.
You might die.
Neck and chest.
And we're not wiping it off either.
You know.
Why are you telling us? What about the others?
They're all great fighters.
Yes, but they suck. You know, I go into my same thing, like, you know, every movie that you ever watch is just a series of bad decisions.
Absolutely true. Well,
You
if
know
there
what I'm
wasn't, there'd be no movie.
There'd be no movie. Life would be perfect.
You never seen a movie where the guy did everything right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Or the opposite of that is a series of great decisions where their life becomes better for it.
Right, but even that started with some bad decisions that put him in a fucked up place.
Right,
So,
exactly. It's like, you know, I married this fuck, he cheated on me, and then next thing you know, I'm finding myself.
And then you meet the right person, and
Yeah.
then, you know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
What, like, every rom-com is built on.
So basically, he told them that they're going to save the world, but they're not ready yet. Because, you know, otherwise they would have go kick the guy's ass right now, and that would have been the end of it.
They've been in the movie, so they're not ready yet.
So they really need them to suck now.
You gotta suck now, because you're gonna be good later.
Oh, and now we have our combatants on the ship ready to go into...
Outworld.
Is it really Outworld? It's not Outworld. It was like a realm between Outworld.
Yeah, I guess you could say like that between place.
Well, basically they go to Fantasy Island, because that's what it is.
With no tattoos.
You know, they killed Ricardo Montalban.
Shang's son took his soul.
He's like, your soul. He was like,
He's
your
mine.
ass is mine.
Your ass.
So he goes, he takes his soul, takes over the island, kills Tattoo, poor Tattoo.
Poor Tattoo.
And then hosts the next series of Mortal Kombat on there. Hell no. You know that thing only maybe has a range of maybe 150?
Yeah.
And then
I
after
think
that...
too far for that.
You should have got Boost Mobile. Now they show up to the island. And like, it's at this point of the movie where it starts to make a left turn. Because, like, all the expositional, all the lead up is actually pretty good. Like, you're locked in, you're engaged. It's like, all right, we got these bad actors with some decent plot lines all coming together. And then here, it takes a left turn.
Well,
it takes a left turn.
Not exactly.
Like it puts its foot in the waiting pool of, like, you know, we're coming close to our budget.
Yeah, for sure. But I will say this though, and I've said this a bunch of times, they did a pretty solid job on the fight scenes here, for the most part. Like, most of the fight scenes were pretty decent.
You know, maybe that's nostalgia goggles. You know, when you watch it again much later on, it takes a life of its own. You know, we'll come to those fight scenes.
We're almost at.
But right now, you know, our heroes are just getting to the island. They're carrying all that luggage that you didn't see them jump on board with it.
Not at all. Nobody had that shit.
But we're not gonna gloss over that now.
They're gonna pretend that's not even a thing.
It's not a thing. You know. And here we go. Let's see. Cueing the ridiculous tall steps.
You should get an award just for making it up there.
Shit, your glutes after the stairs like that.
Your glutes. Wasn't you gonna pull a hammy?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll pull a hammy up there.
Yeah, he said it. He'd be great at cinema sense. All right, and you know what? Like I said, they had a pretty decent budget because they made the sets look like otherworldly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that bad. Like,
No, not at all. Not at all.
but you could
As
see,
a kid, it had me.
like, you could see where things like go off the rails. Like I said, they had these ideas. They had like ideas and locations, and then built a movie around it. Oh, and we got a first look at what the hell is it?
Kitana, I believe.
Kitana, yes. Who does absolutely nothing in this film.
She has.
She does nothing.
Yeah, she really doesn't do shit. That's true, yeah. No.
Princess Kitana, the most dangerous adversary.
Then why is she there? Why would you want anybody who's your most dangerous adversary?
There, just hanging around.
And we cue into some really
Bad CG.
ooh.
But to be fair, at the time when this movie was made,
Hell no, even at the time, it was horrible.
but
there was
at the
nothing
time,
good about that.
almost all CG was horrible. There wasn't really any good CG back then. It was just amazing that they were able to do it at all.
I dare
Okay.
I dare you different.
Okay.
Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park came out before this movie.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You sure?
I'm willing to believe it.
But Jurassic Park also had a much bigger budget. A way bigger budget,
Fair enough.
to be fair.
But that
Because-
lizard versus the lizards in Jurassic Park.
Okay,
it's
that's
a stark
terrible.
difference.
But, like, you know, there weren't too many movies that really had great CG back then. Because CG was still new. You know, it was,
Well,
you know,
well,
it
yeah,
wasn't
they didn't.
something that was all
Well,
over
there's
the
a
place,
difference
you know?
between visual effects and CG. You know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't CG in Star Wars, at least in the original.
Not the
trilogy.
original, no, that didn't
No,
exist.
that was all like matte paintings,
Yeah,
models,
yeah.
practical effects.
Practical effects, sets, that was
When you get to something like Mortal Kombat, like that was the only real CG effect, 3D animated,
Yeah.
you know, character, the lizard character, the reptile character. You know, yeah, it wasn't. They weren't ready for that kind of stuff yet.
No. It wasn't at such a level where like now.
I would have preferred them doing maybe a stop motion animation lizard than a fully CG.
Yeah,
render.
or maybe a practical effect would have been the way to go. Something animatronic until they got into the ninja.
Yeah, animatronic for like close ups, and then like for wide shots, like running. The kind of the way they did with the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper, Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
Right,
the dogs.
Sure.
That probably would have been a way to do it, but here,
Yeah.
they just said, "Fuck it, we're going for it."
Yeah, because it was a weird time.
So here it is. He invites all the. So we got a point where now they have the ceremonial dinner, right? He invites everybody to sit down and eat, and then gets his goons to basically troll them and push them out of the way.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like, look, all this wonderful food. Fuck your food. You hungry?
Fuck your food.
Oh, we thought we were gonna treat you nice on this? No.
No, hell no. This is Mortal Kombat, bitch.
This is the very first fight, Mortal Kombat fight. This is actually the start of the competition.
Yes.
And this is to show you how badass one of the hero villains is. And we have Sub-Zero versus a no-name martial artist.
With a
He's going to
mask.
do a lot of.
He's doing a lot of warm-ups right now, showing his kicks, you know, throwing some punches out there, and Sub-Zero doesn't give a fuck about any of that. He's like, hey, cool. That's a cool story, bro. Hold on, I got something
It's
for
not
you.
going to be worth shit. That's basically what he's saying. And he's charging up his icy hot hand.
And hits him with the Big Paparu. And down he goes.
There it is.
And
then we get here it is. It's coming right now. Flawless victory. Oh, because they had to throw in that.
They had to. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
You gotta do it.
The cheese is so much, man. It's like
But you
fondue.
know, it is. Oh yeah, no. This is definitely cheesy. As far as cheesier than the grilled cheese, but they gotta do it, man. You gotta pay homage.
It was like, look, we have 6 seconds. Let him throw a kick. He turns into ice. He breaks apart, so we can get in that flawless victory. We need that flawless. We can't put it anywhere else in the movie.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to put it.
And without any rhyme or reason, our three heroes are going.
Yeah, they've just buddied up for no fucking reason.
They buddied up, you know, and that's fine. That's what the
But that
movies will
happens
do.
in life, right?
But
So
they're
you-
just gonna go out and just explore this place,
right.
you know, because
Because I'm sure it's perfectly safe. I'm sure they've taken every precaution to
don't
make sure that it's
don't
safe for
know.
everybody.
You just saw a man get frozen to death, right, in midair,
And him break into pieces.
and your first instinct is like, let me explore this place.
Let me go see what else is going on over here.
What dangers lurk therein?
I think there's something fishy happening on this island. Let me go check it out.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, the murderer that Sonya's looking for is hiding somewhere on the island. One guy is trying to get revenge for his brother, and the other guy is just, ego driven.
Yeah, he just wants to show everybody he can really fight.
But kudos to the set. Like, I mean,
Yes.
It looks good. Like it feels like they're in this sort of lived-in world. It looks a little stagey, but that's this kind of movie.
Yeah, that's what it. Like some movies serve a purpose, right? Like there are some movies that you watch them because there's going to be this epic drama with great plot and acting and all that stuff. Then there's movies you just watch because it is what it is, right? Mortal Kombat is that kind of movie where you're watching it because it's what it is, a video game movie about martial artists and you want to watch them fight.
He's my favorite line of the whole movie.
Find out what that is.
He goes, you go ahead and you find out what that noise was.
Hey, listen, she wants equality. You got it.
All right, here they were looking at gender equality.
They were
before
ahead
it became
of,
a thing.
They were ahead of their time. They knew that whatever it was, Sonya could handle it.
But I like how this movie does that, and then completely 180s.
Oh yeah.
Later on in the film, you'll see when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Kano sitting there eating a meal, and like you would think that you see this because we get our introduction into Goro, which in the video game is this grotesque giant otherworldly creature with 4 arms.
He's part of this thing called the Dragon Clan, which is why, and then all his people look that way.
You fucking nerd.
Yep. Unfortunately, my head is filled with a lot of useless information.
But I have to give it to him. Like the costume effects for Goro, considering that it's not a CGI character, it's
Right.
1990 whatever.
Exactly. We're not talking about the
it looks good.
The peak of CGI technology here,
like I remember seeing him and finding him to be an imposing figure on the screen.
Absolutely, I agree.
Like he's talking to Kano right now, and he gets up in his face, and I'm like, oh snap, he's gonna kill him, Like I did find him as an imposing figure. So so here we go. Him and Kano are having a little chat, and the thing about this is that what I find confusing is that has Kano been here before? Like that he's all chummy with Goro.
Really comfortable.
Yeah, he's eating Goro's food. Like
he's just sitting there with him, chilling with him. I'm there like,
But it seems like he's just meeting him for the first time too. And it says something for somebody like Goro to respect somebody like Shang Tsung.
Well, Shang Tsung,
is a dangerous individual.
Extremely powerful in the lore.
A dangerous individual.
Very powerful.
This is also a time where trench coats were the shit. Like,
oh hell yeah, everybody.
Everybody. Whether you were a good guy or a bad guy, you gotta have a long trench coat. Yeah.
And the color of the trench coat depended on the kind of character you were, right?
Right. A lighter trench coat, you're good.
You're a good guy. Darker trench coat, you're a bad guy. If you're a good guy with a dark trench coat, you're a good guy with bad tendencies. Like an anti-hero.
Like I said, watching this movie now as opposed to back then when I hated Kano, like I appreciated the actor and what he was doing, because this is a silly ass movie. This movie is silly, and the fact that he was just basically having fun with the part is enough for me to be like, all right, I see what he was doing there. He's not taking it seriously. Yeah, so why should we?
It's just, I don't know, like he's too goofy for me. Like Kano's not a goofy kind of a character.
He wasn't meant to be goofy, but when you have a game that's that many serious characters with that much death in it, like, you're trying to create a movie that can be a franchise. You're gonna take some liberties with some non-important characters, and Kano is not really a non-important. It's pretty non-essential character.
He's not. I can't say.
It'd be different if they did that with Shang Tsung, or they did that with with the others.
Or with Raiden, turn him into like a comedian or something.
Yeah. Which they kind of did a little bit.
No. Just because he was a joke doesn't mean he was a comedian. There's a difference.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. And at this point, villains will plot set things in motion. Let's see, we're currently at what minute right now? At the 34:09 minute. No, we're not even there. Yeah, no, we were there. 34:19.
Wait a second. I don't remember this.
See what happens when you go exploring? Then you get lost.
You get lost. And you find yourself in places you do not need to be in.
If I had to sum up Kitana's presence in this movie, her job was to stand at a distance and stare at you.
That's pretty much all she did this whole movie. And look pretty. That's
Very,
her job.
very creepily.
Yeah, almost
and
like
then,
stalkerish.
and then just remind you of things she told you before.
Yeah. As I told you before, you will only win this battle if you fart at the right time.
She look at you in the distance and telepathically tell you, you must go left before you can go right.
If you take that bus, you will get there.
Don't accept any wooden nickels.
Oh, there it is then. Stupid.
So
that really is a terrible CGI creature.
they go and they get their encounter of Reptile. It's not pretty.
It really ain't.
It really isn't.
The
But
actor who played Liu Kang, that's Robin Shu, I believe his name is, right? And I believe he was also in Beverly Hills Ninja.
yeah, Robin. Yes, he was. Another underrated movie.
Yeah, hell yeah. Chris
Is-
Farley, rest in peace.
Yeah, it was great. You're gonna get your first big fight scene coming up in just a moment. They end up in this area where they're not supposed to be, and they get confronted by Shang Tsung's very disposable goons.
Very disposable.
And here it is. You're gonna start cueing in the music. There it is.
There it is. And this was in
The
techno
ti-
clubs everywhere.
The title music comes back again because it's so energetic.
Because
and
you have to
frenetic.
yell that before every fight. Imagine if we did that in real life. Mortal Kombat! Then you started swinging at each other.
People were doing that when this movie
Yes,
came
I
out.
heard it. You know what? You're not wrong. Especially little kids,
It
man.
is.
They were going crazy.
Very, very choreographed fight scenes here. Nothing raw or visceral about it. But it was, at the time, it was like, holy shit, that was a good fight scene. Oh, you saw what Liu Kang did? He ran up the wall and kicked somebody.
Yeah, this is a decent fight scene. He was okay.
A lot of posing.
A lot of that.
A lot of posing.
How come there's all this food around just getting wasted?
That's called food abuse. But look, he goes, look, I'm going to toss you over here. I'm going to pose while doing this really
I love how
stance.
she just puts that rich hand out there and then it acts like a clothesline
And runs right into it.
and flips.
And then they think they won the fight, but then they get confronted again. And there's other things too about this movie that really stands out. Like some of the cinematography, and it really stands out.
Sure.
Like this is this close shot of Raiden with the fire in the background and all that stuff. Like it's a really powerful
And
looking
there's
scene.
100 people behind him right now.
Yeah, y'all done messed up. You know how hard it is to find that many jack people and put them in one location.
Put 'em in one yeah, you ain't kidding.
The casting director was like, "Yo, you need to be jacked.
We need
We
100.
need shirtless and jacked."
We need 100 guys that are jacked, tan, and juicy as fuck. That's what we need right now. Big up to Robert Frank.
I'm like, what are these? Are they supposed to be like ninjas? But they got like ninja masks, but they're shirtless.
They look more
and
like
have spears.
Arab assassins. They got these Arab style desert,
Which
clothes
has
on the head.
nothing to do with ancient Chinese.
Hey, listen. Now you're just getting picky. Now you're just getting picky, all right?
Like he allowed them to get that far, to get into a fight and potentially, upset the balance, I guess, of the integrity of the tournament.
Sure.
When he could have just came out and told them, like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that might have been good, right? That might have been.
It's like, but now you know what you're up against. And I'm like, really? You fought a bunch of nameless goons, and now they're aware of what's ahead.
Yeah, now you know what's going to happen to you. Now next time there'll be 1,000 nameless goons.
That's like going into Jurassic Park with somebody who doesn't work at the park, and he's being your tour guide.
Over here, it seems like we have some T-Rexes.
It looks like a dinosaur.
It looks like a dinosaur, dinosaur-ish.
I have one in my room, but it's not that big.
It's funny. This actor, you know what this actor is, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's Hakeem Olston.
Yes, yes.
Legit martial artist.
AKA Dragon Dread.
Dragon Dread. Or if you ever watch WMAC Masters, he was the Machine.
He was the Machine. That's right.
He was called
that's
the
right.
Machine.
So now we get our first real official battle of
And
Mortal
for some reason,
Kombat.
they fight with a weapon.
And this is where the money just stops. Because there's like no set, no sound. They're gonna fight on a beach.
That's where we go. That's how
no
we go.
shirts, no powers.
A lot of pausing. A lot of posing, rather.
And it's not a bad fight.
No, not at all.
It's not a bad fight, but when you're watching Mortal Kombat, aka a fantasy, the last thing you want to see is a realistic fight scene on a beach.
Well, I mean, it all comes down to choreography, right? And if they were gonna pick up and fight with the sticks, why didn't they just do that from the beginning?
Exactly.
They don't do that at all.
I mean, granted, you get things for, style, make it look good, but like the intention, like what was the intention here to show this very real fight scene in a fantasy movie where you got guys who throw like whips from his hands and ice.
Yeah, but to be fair, but to be fair, that's what the game is too, right? Not everybody in the game has all these crazy powers. A lot of them are just regular martial artists. They may have some exaggerated moves, but not everybody's throwing lightning and all that other stuff. So I mean, it's not out of place.
All right, just to stop you right there, we're talking about a game where they rip spines from people's backs.
Yes, it's exaggerated, but a lot of the moves they do are
and
regular martial arts moves.
Think about it like this: you get one chance to do this shit right.
But I think they did it right for the most part. Because
stop blowing sunshine up its ass.
Nice double drop kick, by the way.
Yeah, word up.
That was a good double drop kick.
His whole chest is done. And then, like, there's a lot of questionable things that happen here, and they're doing it just for the sake because it's called Mortal Kombat, and they have to shoehorn Mortal Kombat references.
Well, I mean, that's the right thing to do. I mean,
Yes, but this makes no sense. He won the battle, but why is he taking the soul? You know what I'm saying?
That's what Shao Kahn does. He takes souls.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's his whole MO. He takes souls.
I know, but why?
That's like the very reason of his being.
Why is he doing it to his own people? Doesn't he need he needs people?
Yeah, but I don't know if that guy was one of his guys. He looks like an Earthrealm guy.
Why is Earthrealm fighting Earthrealm people?
Because the tournament's a single elimination tournament. It's always been that way.
Yeah, but Johnny Cage is not gonna fight Liu Kang.
In the game, they do.
In the game, you're talking about the movie. This is
the
fight. Mortals of Earth protecting their realm.
They're protecting their realm, but it's still
from mortals from.
But there can only be. It's like Highlander. There can be only one. Only one guy can win.
With that shit.
I'm just saying. Now, this is probably the most terrible fight in this movie.
Yeah, this is
a for shit fight.
They spent a good 5-10 minutes showing these pointless fights because they really are pointless fights. It's not until after this that we get our first real Mortal Kombat match.
Well, real one in terms of characters we know, right?
All right, this is actually real because Sonya and Kano are both in the game.
Right, and they both have a nasty. They have
but
a
the fight
rivalry.
is
terrible.
Whew.
What happens when you get two people who are supposed to be martial artists but don't actually know martial arts?
Yes.
In a martial arts movie, and this is what you get.
This is what you get. But they could have. I mean, like I said, they could have done something so different than this.
No, yeah, they could have had them actual real people who knew martial arts fighting in a real martial
No,
arts
that's not what
fight.
I mean. I mean, you have these set designs, you have these locations, and you put them on a beach in the middle of the tropics to have a fight. I want to be on vacation. I don't want to see them fight.
You silly.
You know what I'm saying?
She looks terrible.
Yeah, study this. Ah! You know, like, they're not going to win any awards for
Hell
awesome
to
dialogue.
the no. This fight is terrible. I would give you the play-by-play, but it's not even worth it.
No, the play-by-play is that, you know, I choreographed
He
this
keeps giving
punch.
her... Oh, that was a terrible hook kick.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is Walker, Texas Ranger level bad.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like a lot of the money went to like set design, costume design and stuff like that. But when it came down to choreograph, at least except for the major fight scenes, everything else fell to the wayside. And something like Kano should have had a much more prominent fight scene. It's Kano.
Yeah, well, you know, first of all, he's this deadly assassin, right? And nothing about this guy screamed deadly assassin to me. I mean, yes, he's a muscular guy and all that.
Yeah, they didn't
he's a
show
big
how
muscular
bad
guy.
he was.
But you never got a sense that this guy was really game. If anything, he was a clown more than anything, and I thought that was shitty.
Right.
You know, and Sonya's supposed to be this highly trained. I always said that the girl who should have played Sonya Blade was Cynthia Lofa. That's who should have played her.
Oh, now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. This is what we tuned into Mortal Kombat
Yes.
for. We get to the titular fight between Johnny Cage and Scorpion.
Badass
And
fight.
it was done beautifully. The location they set up initially was amazing.
Yes.
Like, this felt like Mortal Kombat.
For sure. But also because you're getting two characters from the game fighting too, right?
Well, Sonya and Kano were two characters from the game, and they were like shit.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was just horrible.
Like I said, it's like they had this idea, and then they built the movie around that.
And I love how he started off with the hook attack.
That's how
I
you
thought
had
that
to
was
do.
brilliant. Because in the game, even a lot of times, guys who use the characters start off like that.
You know?
They definitely took some liberties with how long that shit can go.
And they used the soundbite from the game, like, get over here. You know,
Yes,
it's very
sure.
synonymous with the Scorpion character. And we see this amazing,
Yeah, you
amazing
can see
scene.
the homage to it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I still understand why Johnny Cage is fighting in a button-down shirt, slacks, and shoes. We're going to leave that alone.
Look, man, that's what he is.
But this was a great fight, for sure.
Here it is. Oh, so nice. Comes out of nowhere.
Then with the music, too. And the music was really well done.
Just amazing. Boom. Miss. Now we get to see Johnny Cage special kick that does nothing.
Right.
But it was cool to look at.
But it was cool to look at.
It was like, oh shit, he did his kick. There's like no shadow type
And
kick.
this shit was cool because it's like they fought in a nether realm or something.
Yeah, like this is what Mortal Kombat's about. You get these otherworldly locations to fight in, and like they spent all the money on this.
Yeah. This was
This
dope.
whole budget went to this scene.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's fucking amazing.
This was dope.
You know. And just the way the fight scene, the way it was choreographed for the scene, the look, the lighting, the way it was shot.
Everything made
You
sense.
saw the fight moves, you saw the kicks, saw the punches.
Yeah, the choreography was top notch here. They did a fantastic job.
Boom, hard hitting, boom.
Every shot felt like it had weight.
Look at that. Boom, out of the way. And then when he hits the ground, he's stomping them out. That was just felt so raw.
Oh
so
yeah,
real.
very raw. Which is what you'd expect from this, right?
Yeah, very exciting fight. Give me 2 hours of this shit. But what's a martial arts movie than the hero character swinging on some pole and double kicking? I mean, name how many times you've seen that.
Oh god, I've seen that a gazillion times.
Oh,
And the music for this worked.
yeah, the
It
music.
really went along well with the fight.
Yeah. It was like this went from like techno pop to like acid
Yeah,
rock.
kind of mean music.
Look at that,
Just
stomping
stomping
him up.
the shit out of
That
him.
looked brutal. I thought he was gonna lose from this fight.
Yeah, for sure. That was good.
Oh. Nasty.
Nice choreography.
Nasty. Back and forth, a way a fight should be.
Right.
A good choreographed fight should be like
Nobody
a back and
seeming
forth.
to get the better of the other.
Right.
You know, it still makes you feel like you're not sure who's going to win this fight. And to
Equal-
be honest, I didn't know when I was watching this movie who was going to win this
Yeah,
fight.
look.
'Cause,
Badass
you know,
moment. Boom.
There it is.
Double
Boom.
kick, boom. Down, and then you get a badass pose. Boom.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Scorpion
motherfucker.
was
Now
like,
you know
yo.
what you're up against.
You're in my realm, homie. And we get some Jurassic Park, aka acrobatics going on.
Right.
You know, I felt that this was pointless.
Only to bring them to a higher
Platform?
ground, yeah.
Which,
That is what they call in real fighting. They will call that a reset, where sometimes you just stop the action for a second to get your bearings.
Yeah.
You feel like you're losing, even though they don't typically
Yeah.
do 50 somersaults on a pole and end up on a different platform.
that's true. That is true.
But that was a reset.
And Johnny Cage gets kicked off of his platform and falls down all the way to the bottom, where he's just greeted by a sea of burnt bones and skeletons. And
Yeah, it felt hellish.
It
felt hellish.
really, like I said, it really felt like a level for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, for sure. More so than probably any other
Brilliantly
location.
done. I remember when they were talking about this movie and how they got glimpses of some of the set design, and they were like, "Wow, they put out all the stops to make
absolutely
it
did.
look like Mortal Kombat." And bam, he bursts out the fatality move, which was freaking awesome. People were dying to see that, and they
Yes,
gave it to him.
yes, they gave it to us.
Did just the money shot just right in your face. And then boom, he goes in for the final slice,
Opens them up,
moves him up, head off, probably directly to the forehead,
right in your forehead.
and then boom, and then
the pose.
That is the end of Scorpion. And you know what? Well done, well played.
Done. That was good.
Well played. And they do right out of the freaking game with the little autograph
With the
signature,
picture, which is the
Johnny
friendship.
Cage.
That's the friendship, right, from one of the games.
Yeah, to
With
my
him.
greatest fan,
Yeah,
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, that was a friendship.
Brilliant. And then we get greeted by the shittiest fight.
From
This
Liu Kang?
really was the shittiest fight of the movie.
No, Sonya Kano
No,
was a
because
shit.
at least with the Sonya Kano one, somebody died. This shit is atrocious.
This, you know what?
This shit
What
is
made this
pointless and useless.
This fight didn't make any sense.
It was just a way for the hot girl and the hot guy to fight
Yeah.
and have a steamy moment on screen.
Yeah,
While
that
she
did-
gives them some bullshit clue to,
Sage advice.
yeah.
She's 10,000 years old. But I tell you what, she's well preserved.
Yo, man,
skin
10,000
looks
years old,
amazing.
man. I'll date that cougar.
That
She learned some stuff in
ain't a
10,000
cougar,
years.
bro. That's a mountain lion.
So that's a saber-tooth
Yeah,
tiger.
this fight didn't make any sense.
This is akin to
Classic kung fu
No,
movies, a little bit with Wing Chun.
no! Don't get ahead of me. This is akin to that bullshit scene in Daredevil in the playground.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck that scene.
This goes up in the scenes with Catwoman playing basketball in Catwoman.
No. That's not that bad.
No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. But I'm with you on that definitely on that Daredevil Electro scene. From the
To
movie.
win the next
That-
match, you must use the element which brings life. So like, use water.
Use water, motherfucker.
Just use water. Remember it. Remember. Of course she disappoints you. She is your worst, deadliest adversary.
Yeah, didn't he just say that?
Like, logic. And here it is. We're back to another cool Mortal Kombat scene.
Yes.
It's like they hit us with the good, jack us with the bad. I tell you, it's like
Yeah.
an abusive girlfriend.
Yeah, really. It's like when things are good, they're good, and when they're bad, they're bad.
She's like, "Oh, honey, you're really a piece of shit." Oh, okay, I
Thank
get
you,
it.
honey. Appreciate that. Thank you for last night, honey. You were horrible. Like, what?
So here it is. Liu Kang just shows up out of nowhere. I guess he was told, you know what, you need to go to the temple area. And he's
And
like,
carry
why?
water.
He's like,
Just
why?
carry water.
He's like, why do I need to be here? He's like, look, the guy in the cloak is going to bring you. Shut up. And so he shows up, and then he's like, who am I going to fight? It's awfully cold in here. Of course.
Of course. Brr.
But it's dope. We got an awesome introduction to
Absolutely.
Sub-Zero. Comes out like a badass. They have this really cool silhouette pose.
Yep.
And you're like, it's on. And sure enough, they explode
Yeah, they go at it.
with some very well choreographed martial arts. I do wish this fight would have lasted just as long as the other one.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what? Still dope shit. Look at that.
Definitely.
Ah, that shows how badass those ninjas are. And he's fighting, and he's flipping.
There's a reason why in every Mortal Kombat game they kept adding more ninjas, because everybody loves those characters.
Word up. Why do you need all these other characters? You can just give me a bunch of ninjas that do different things. Look at that. You can't catch me.
Dope.
I'm cool as ice, baby. That's I wish Sub-Zero would have had a tagline. I'm cool as ice, baby.
Terrible. The train is a smooth ride.
Oh. Here it is, and he's gonna do this very, very poor special effects. Like the particle effects just prior to this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, oh snap, he's pulling some elements out of the air.
Yeah, he's pulling
and he's
more
forming
stuff, yeah,
this
he's making ice.
this ice ball, but then he turns into this ice bubble thing that looks really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really a cop out. Here it is. She's doing it. She's fulfilling her role. Earn that check. She's standing at a distance and staring at him.
Communicating.
Use the elements which brings life. and this really is a cheap way
It was.
to end this fight.
At the very least, if they were going to give you that.
You know how fast he would have had to been swinging that bucket for all that water not to come out of that fucking thing,
Yeah, here we go with that logic.
and then to toss it and then form a perfect spike.
Yeah, that was The fight scene wasn't bad, but it was a very fast fight scene. They definitely should have given you more time on it.
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely.
Because I would like to have seen, like, I feel like if that was the way you were going to end it, you should have given us more of a fight.
Yeah.
Or why not just end it with him just beating him, like just maybe catching him and breaking his neck or
Why
something,
not?
you know?
Why not? You know, last I checked, Liu Kang had a fatality too. But
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you can't kill him in the movie. This is PG-13.
Yeah, Goro killed everybody.
And then here it is. They get Goro, who's the champion, to just lay
Whooping
waste to
the
everybody
shit out of
but the main
everybody.
heroes. Lay waste to everybody but the main heroes,
Well,
conveniently. Because you never see any of these people fight.
You didn't even know they were
At
there.
all. They were just hanging out. He's like, this is my first fight. This sucks.
I'm tired of this fucking guy.
Oh, here goes Johnny Cage's friend.
Yeah, Art Lean.
He has to die before the heroes can do the self-sacrifice thing.
Because what happens is they weren't motivated enough.
Right up.
Art had to die in order for them to get motivated. Because the fate of the earth isn't enough. Your buddy had to die. Your buddy who you just met on this boat.
So we get a first real fight with Goro, and he proves to us that even with laryngitis, he could still win.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was very screamy in this movie.
Oh yeah, he just yelled all the time. I do not lose. Okay.
Easy Goro.
Easy Goro. Let me fall
Easy
that.
Goro.
Yeah, in and out. I don't like your chances, Mr. Lee.
Jesus.
Good Lord.
He just got punched by a foreign monster from another world.
And he's still standing there. Much credit.
And yo, I give him all the respect in the world. He took a punch like a man. Damn. Oh man. You know, tap out. It's okay.
Come on, Art.
This is like
Throw on him.
This is like if you fought a toddler.
That's what it seemed like.
You know, one kick to the chest that did nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way to do it.
Kick that wall. Oh my God.
Roar. Roar.
I'm getting beat by a big Muppet.
But I have to admit, the quality that went into the suit,
Yeah, for sure.
it was well done
It was.
considering the time, man. I was like,
Considering the era, yeah,
he looks like
considering the era.
Goro, you know, he kills like Goro.
That's why I'm forgiving of the movie, because despite its flaws.
It gets passes from me.
It gets passes because there were some things they really did well.
Finish him. They doing like you don't realize it, but they're doing a lot of taglines from the game.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Art is dead. Just yelling for no damn reason. All right, well, we know.
He's having a rage fit. Why are you
Why
screaming?
is she so invested?
Word. Why is she screaming?
She didn't know the motherfucker.
She's like, I didn't even meet you yet. No.
Like, I could have understood if it was Johnny or Liu Kang.
See, Johnny's reaction to this makes sense.
Right, because they were friends and there was
He meant to do it and he was like, oh shit, all right. She was like, no.
She screamed like that was her man.
That was B-roll stuff.
That was.
They're like, we need a scene where some gravitas. It's like, Sonya, go no, like really loud.
So I felt when they didn't have any guacamole at Chipotle the other day.
So why did his soul go into his face differently than the guy that he killed on the beach?
Because that soul was more powerful.
Is that what it is?
That soul meant more because he was related to the main character.
I like when my bullshit's fed to me heartily. No diet bullshit.
We like your bullshit right in the surface.
This is like Campbell's soup.
There you go. No MSG.
No MSG. Yes, there is always a way. Oh, really? This is the point where the heroes need convincing, Yeah,
this is their come to Jesus moment, or come to Raiden moment, if you will.
Come to Raiden. Raiden. He gave us the lightning.
He gave us hope.
And bad jokes.
But awesome hair.
Yes, them plugs are very good. They're right
fantastic.
Now. We are currently at the, the 101 mark. And,
about half an hour left to go in this.
Yeah, we still got a little bit ways to go. There's still more combat of mortals to be fought. And that's awfully creepy, Raiden. Like, there's something called personal space.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be aware of personal space. And
with your crazy whispering voice in a female's ear is very unsettling. I
sense a Me Too issue there.
Yeah.
I think there's a Me Too issue there.
It might be.
I think the patriarchy is forcing Sonya to fight.
No. Every mortal is responsible for his own destiny. Jen believe this. Why can't you?
Liu Kang, I expect more of you.
Despair is the most dangerous fear of all. I know this. And so does Shang Tsung.
His motives are his motives are he didn't want to fight in the combat because he didn't believe, but he wants to fight in the combat because he wants to get revenge of his brother. But now you believe?
Well, when a guy disappears in front of you in a ball of lightning, I mean, that's kind of the Moses in the burning bush moment,
Or you could be like, I'm tripping on some ill shit.
Well, if you know you didn't smoke no shit, then
you're
like, wait a minute, I didn't
you
have
had
anything.
that bomb kush.
Yeah, that Shaolin.
Will be next.
That Shaolin weed.
I do that to my steak sandwiches. I look at it, point, and go, "You will be next."
I go, "You are mine." I look at the cow before they kill it and go, "Your soul is mine."
Okay. Now you went too far.
That's right.
It's not like the food was already dead. You had to do it before it was dead.
Hey, it came from somewhere.
Jesus. Don't mind him. He's a Neanderthal.
I am.
Neanderthal? Neanderthal.
If you're gonna insult me, get the damn thing right.
No, this is. We're gonna have to get into that subject later on about what's the proper terminology because people say
it's Neanderthal.
It should be Neanderthal.
It is.
There's an H in that motherfucker.
Yes, there is. God damn it.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh, I can't believe this. You are the most egotistical, self-deluded person I have ever met.
Other than yourself.
Now you like him? Like really? He's doing this selfless thing and you want to be all...
We're supposed to fight him now.
Yes, fool. I'm trying to die up in here.
Very foolish. True sign of a hero. Want to protect your friends?
But see, all right. So here it is. We got Johnny Cage going to Shane Sun and saying, "Look, I want to challenge Goro to a fight. You were gonna fight him eventually, but you're trying to do this sort of hero thing and sacrificing yourself for the greater good. And I get that shit. But why even indulge him at all? Like, you're Shang Tsung. Like, you don't give me orders."
Well, I think for Shang Tsung, it worked for him because he wanted Johnny Cage dead anyway. He figured Goro would kill him, so why not just get to the point?
That's a lot of hubris going on there. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Goro. Do you have any reason to think he's gonna lose? I mean, look at the fucking guy.
He got that retard screen.
He wins, before the fucking first punch is thrown.
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Yeah, but you know what? Like look, you've been the ruler of this thing for so long, and yes, you've won so many. But at the same time, you got to think to yourself: nobody has ever challenged Goro.
Yeah.
So what are you hiding? Like the skepticism in me would be like, hell no. You wait your turn like everybody else.
That's because we've had the option of watching all these movies where that shit goes bad. So that's what we're drawing on. We're drawing on that information.
We're drawing on
but when you're a nether realm sorcerer who's about to conquer an Earthrealm, and you see this little skinny ass human about to fight your dragon clan prince, you're thinking, oh, this will be funny. Okay, go ahead, you do that. You have no reason to think Goro's gonna lose.
And it's equal parts hubris, equal parts like not understanding that humans are always depicted as these unpredictable things.
Sure. And we are in many ways sometimes.
But I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, I'm relatively human. I mean, like, I look Asian, but I'm from another world.
You do not look Asian.
No, not me. I'm talking about Shang Tsung.
Oh. I was about to say this fool. Asian. I think no, you don't.
So like, you would think he'd go, you know what? There's something fishy about this. Nobody just challenges Goro.
He's thinking this motherfucker has a death wish.
Word up. You could say it was at this point that Shang Tsung fucked up.
Yep.
That's awfully sexual, Goro. You better stop that. This is supposed to be a fight. Oh! Hit him in the twig and berries.
He hit him in the dragon dick.
Goro's got no nards. Whoa, Goro's got nards.
Goro's feeling it.
Oh man, Goro caught it right in the mommy daddy button. Look at that.
And no one thought to do that to Goro before or what?
None. It did not cross no fighter's mind ever.
To just go
in the
low?
10 past tournaments that they've won.
To just go low. Listen, I look at Goro, the first thing I think is, can I hit him in the nuts?
Hard up. And that's awfully like, it wasn't like Johnny saw that he had, junk, right?
He just assumed
he just assumed that it was there. It was located in that same spot.
Hey, you take a chance, man.
I guess so.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it.
It wasn't like Men in Black where it was like a Bolchinian.
That's hysterical.
Or it could have went the Scary Movie route, where the penis was their finger.
Oh my god. Oh.
Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Word up.
Those must be Ray-Bans.
You should die for that. Those are $500 sunglasses. First of all, shame on you for bringing it to the tournament.
Yeah, why would you wear $500 sunglasses to a martial arts tournament?
And this is the part where you fall down now.
This is where you fall down.
There it is. He can't hold his own weight. And that obligatory falling from something scene where they disappear into nothing. They haven't quite nailed that effect.
Not really.
Hey, even now,
No,
when
no,
they
no.
do something like that, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look the way it's supposed to look.
No, very. I'm trying to think of any movie where that looked okay.
I mean, even remotely okay. Phew. Fuck. I can't even think. I can't
Oh,
even
Captain
think of.
America, but he didn't fall into nothing. He fell
No,
into
but
the
it's like that obligatory shot where you're seeing top down where it falls. The character goes from being close to being far away
Right.
and falls in the water. Like, you don't see that and see it done well. Ninja Turtles 3 did it horribly. That's another one you gotta watch.
Oh my god.
Woo!
In the wastelands of that world where I cannot follow, we can.
You are just useless, Raiden.
Raiden really is useless.
You are just.
Well, no, okay, no. He's not useless because he did save their asses against Sub-Zero because they would have jacked them up on that boat.
They would.
They were not prepared for them motherfuckers.
They were not ready.
So he does serve some purpose. He's not like Kitana level of useless.
Yeah.
You possess knowledge,
She lucky she hot.
just like your man is will.
You ain't kidding.
Sure you don't want to go with us?
In that world, if you look hard enough, you will find another guide.
So they're gonna go into Outworld to rescue. For whatever reason, Shang Tsung decided I'm gonna kidnap the most useless person out of this group. Unfortunately, it's Sonya, right? And he's just gonna make her the final combat. But you have two undefeated fighters.
I guess they make the rules up as they go along.
Yeah, I know.
These rules,
Like,
I want to see a manual. What the fuck? What are the rules of Mortal Kombat here?
like,
First of all, there's 100 of us on one team.
Apparently, this is like Mortal Kombat by like one cousin that just it's just a spoiled loser and makes up the rules.
Yeah. He's the angry game master and changes the game. Changes the dice roll rules with every chance they get.
It's like I ran out of fighters completely. Goro was my last dude, and I got 3 human fighters left. How did that get unbalanced?
Yeah, how did that happen?
How did the tournament get unbalanced that way? Usually you got one fighter for, and then they move up in brackets.
Right.
Nope,
Not here. Not here. Nope. Fuck that rule. Fuck all those.
He was like, you know what?
I got 3 dudes.
Out of 3,
fuck it.
out of the
I
3
challenge
left,
you.
and you're the weakest one.
I'm gonna do the Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna find a motherfucker that has the least chance of winning this fight.
And I'm not saying that Sonya can't kick his ass.
She can't. I'll say it. I don't give a shit who gets mad. She can't. She is not winning that fight.
I'm talking about in terms of the game, because in the game you can play as Sonya and you can
Shit,
beat
in the game
Shang
you
Tsung.
could be in the game. In Dragon Ball Fighters, I could be Goku with Krillin. You know,
Yes,
that's a game.
I know.
You know,
But easily, it's how you write the story. So if you write the story, then you can essentially make her the most powerful character in the whole movie.
and you would have just
And
completely
they didn't
pissed
do
on,
that.
You would have just essentially pissed on everything else you did in that thing.
So that's an awful assumption off of one fight that she had in this one whole movie.
Well, that told him all he needed to know. He saw that fight and said, "Oh, this girl sucks."
It's like, I need to be a part of this. And then this is where we run into Reptile for the 3rd time, but this time we get the Reptile we deserve.
Yes.
Because I remember seeing this, I'm going, what the fuck is that?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like,
I was
what
like,
the fuck
that
going
is
on?
not Reptile. But we get the Reptile that we love and deserve right here.
And we got him announced. Somebody came out and said reptile.
Right out, like, he's just a disembodied voice. But we get a frenetic fight scene, which feels like Mortal Kombat, thank you. And this was dope. This was dope. Basically, any fight scene with a ninja was amazing.
Yes.
In this movie. And Liu Kang had 2 of those fights, which it ought to be, since they made him the central character.
Right.
There goes years of surgery. He crushed his back.
Tons of stem cells.
Right up. He's like, oh shit, yo, my brother had a lizard, and he didn't hit this hard.
I don't remember reptiles doing this.
Right up. Man, freaking Keith Cook bringing it in this scene.
Yeah, Keith Cook is a bad motherfucker, bro.
Boom. Kicks, punches galore. It's like all in the mind.
Yeah, Keith Cook is legit.
And little lizard sort of posing there, which is freaking awesome. Reptile stance. Damn, that's nice. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Give me an hour and a half of that. But then we get the most egregious. Like, if you can't do it, don't do it. But we're going to see that in a minute. Like, all this greatness gets undone. Or nearly undone. But man, this is a crazy fight scene. They're hitting each other, they're flipping around. This guy's relentless. Reptile is just relentless in the scene.
He is. He really is. And the choreography for this was very, very good. It was very aggressive. Right. Every move felt like it had some pop to it.
Yeah.
And it was a trying fight.
And you see the fight. You see what's happening on screen.
Yeah.
The camera's not like
and
jumpy.
It feels like the fighters are getting a little weaker. Right? Like they've been beating the shit out of each other, so they're losing a little steam.
Exactly. And no shaky cam. Everything's well lit. It is. But this is some bullshit right here. I know they were trying to do a special move, but don't do it if you can't do it. That's just sad. Wow.
I think that was perfectly legitimate.
He lands on his face, but then turns over when he hits the ground. That's what's called bad editing.
That's because he hit him so hard.
Really?
He didn't know where the fuck he was landing. He hit him so hard. He just didn't know what happened.
And then here's this Bruce Lee moment. Ooh. Yeah. That was brutal. That was brutal. Oh, there she goes. Collecting that check. Go ahead, Kitana. Collect that check.
You fucking stalker. Looking at Liu Kang with stalker eyes.
Everywhere you go, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Talisa Soto. That's who she is. A Latina. Of course.
She collected that check, so I'm mad at her.
Of course it had to be a Latina. Just stalking you from the
just
distance.
Looking at her. Looking at you. Like you were talking to that girl and shit. Like, I see you, motherfucker. Yo te veo. Yo te veo.
Everywhere you go, I'll be watching you. I'll be
That's
watching.
not creepy. There's nothing Me Too-ish about that. If it's men, is it Me 3? I don't know.
I don't know. If it's an alien, then it's Me 3.
So it's Mexican.
No.
You said it was an alien.
Out of world, not out of country.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Can't take this mofo nowhere.
Nowhere.
So now they're in Outworld. He had a major fight with a reptile.
And that's what happens when you enter a new world. You fight a reptile.
Of course. And this person who is the deadliest of adversaries.
I don't know to who. Deadly to them.
She's the deadliest adversary to being comfortable.
This is horrible CGI, right?
And boom, here we go. We have Sonya Blade, who had a costume change, put in a skimpy dress, and become the damsel in distress. Like, at what point did they say that had to happen? He wanted to fight her as the final battle, and he thought that would be, like, what, demoralizing?
I guess.
So he can win the fight?
Well, I guess he figured.
Does he need that much validation?
He does. And then after the fight, he thought he was going to get a little lucky, you know?
And then, like, did a bad blow-drying hair.
Oh, terrible. It was like Love is a Battlefield bad.
It was like,
teasing that hair out.
She got the Lion King dude.
Definitely.
That's what it was.
Full mane, full Mufasa.
And she's there chained up, and this doesn't make sense.
And she doesn't seem that upset about it.
Well, she was pissed before, but she kind of just like, look.
She got mad at it.
You know, at this point, I'm not gonna have another major fight scene, so might as well just leave it as is. Mortal Kombat, and now they're fighting in a place. They're gonna start fighting in a place where they have the Mortal Kombat sigil, because you didn't see it nowhere else.
No, they had to have it. I mean, come on, you gotta,
you figure they would have. You figure they would have milked it.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, no, it's not shameless because it was very modest. But I thought it would have been shameless if they would have just milked that sigil all over the set.
But they didn't do it.
They didn't. They refrained.
I give them credit for that. They put it on there tastefully.
So he takes her to Outworld, and in that time, he gets her stripped and changed without no fight from her, mind you. Got her hair done.
Maybe
she's like, you know what?
Maybe she wanted to change her.
She goes, you know what? As far as kidnappers go, he's not that bad.
He's giving me new clothes and doing my hair.
He got me a new outfit, got hair.
I'm feeling pretty good.
He's into bondage. I'm kind of freaky that way.
My friends will come.
How the fuck did they do that? So they sneak into the place. They dress up as monks, and they get in. And this is where your climactic battle scene happens.
Betray our emperor.
And now Quintana does nothing. Once again.
Not a damn thing. I like how they say Mortal Kombat cannot be won by treachery. It's only been won by treachery.
Right.
That's all you fuckers have been doing since its inception. How now we have rules? Now?
Yeah, no. Rules went out the window when you have 3 hero characters left and no villains to fight.
And he kidnaps one of them.
Word up.
Johnny Cage, I challenge you. You cowardly fuck. I think he was trying to avoid that fight. He was doing the Mayweather.
Word up. He was avoiding that fight.
He was like,
I don't
Margarito,
want to
sip the
fight,
jab.
okay?
Descendant of Kung Lao. I challenge you to more.
Kung Lao, name drop.
They mentioned him.
Kung Lao is a character that came in Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. I'm trying to remember his original story. I think his original story was that he trained with Liu Kang,
I suppose. Right? All I know is he had that dope ass hat with the blade around
which he
it.
threw it, which was actually pretty dope. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I always wanted a hat with a blade around it.
I always liked Kung Lao. I thought he was a dope character.
I would totally rock that freaking hat if it had a blade at,
they could
the
put that
brim.
at the end of my Yankee hat.
Word up, they put a blade right here in
I'm
the
with
brim
it.
of my hat. I'm feeling that motherfucker like,
I'm going to train just throwing it at people. Just right at them.
So here we go. Here we go. Cue in the Mortal Kombat
music, which again was in every technical.
This man got paid for that song.
Oh yes, he did.
He was living MC Hammer happy from that song.
Oh yeah, he was doing good. This part I didn't like, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because it looks like a dance instead of a fight scene.
It's not even that. I'm gonna tell you what it is. They literally did the same 4 moves.
Yes, I know.
Again and again and again and again.
This is like kata practice.
Yeah, they did the exact same moves. It was that part was repetitious. They just did the same shit like 4 times in a row from 4 different camera angles. The cool thing is that punch actually connected in real life.
Oh really?
I remember seeing the making of this, and they he hit him. It was control force, of course, but he actually did connect with him there.
Oh, cool.
That shot was made with control force.
You fool. He says it with so much conviction.
Oh yeah, he says that like he really thinks you're a fool. Like you're a damn fool.
Yeah, word. He's like.
He says that shit with Ghana.
He earned that check for that
really
line.
did. He really did.
You know, I had to give it to him, man. He owned Shang Tsung in this movie.
He did. He absolutely did.
You know what? And anytime he came out and anything else, you was like, that's Shang Tsung.
That's Shang Tsung. He owned it.
He Raul Julia that
He
shit.
really did. He Raul Julia that bitch. He really did.
And now he's getting introduction into some of Shang Tsung's abilities, where he raises the dead, which was something I never seen him do in a game, but
I've never seen him do it in the game. I do know in the lore he's a powerful sorcerer, but
so why not? But this would have been a great opportunity to bring in characters from the game,
right, and let them have a moment. And let them, yeah, for sure. I agree.
Especially at this time when you got part 2 out, it would have been great to just have them in there. Like, oh snap!
Yeah.
There's a Baraka. There's a a Syntax or whatever.
Yes,
what was Syntax? What was his name?
Syntax, right?
Oh, whatever.
Whatever the hell, yeah.
Cyrex or whatever.
Cyrex. There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been good to bring out those characters. Like, they won't last long, but you get to see them.
Sure. Could even have Jax come out here, do some damage. You could have had Smoke.
Yeah, man, it would have been
Ermac.
Cool. It would have been cool. It would have been cool. Oh, flip over. But we get a bunch of nameless dudes that he gets to kick the shit out of. Because learning a choreograph against one person wouldn't be better.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Never say that.
Never once uses his power of shapeshifting in the fight. He does it in the movie, but doesn't shapeshift during the fight, which is astounding. Well, he turns into his brother, but it was more to like trick him.
Yeah.
Not to like
more
fight.
psychological warfare. Yeah,
It'd been cool if he would have had to fight his brother or fight Sonya or somebody. You know,
that would have been.
He kept
cool.
changing into these different.
Yeah, no, that would have
It'd
been.
have been sick. It would have been sick. You missed the opportunity.
And you could have seen him fight Sonya. You could have seen him fight Johnny Cage. You could have seen him do that under the guise that it's Shang Tsung in disguise.
And then what kills me is that we get another movie.
And you still don't get that shit.
No, instead we get Mark Messier from the New York Rangers as Shao Kahn.
Oh my god. Actually, who did play Shao Kahn? It was that dude from Cobra.
Yes.
That guy with the weird, I know. Yeah.
Yes. And I give it to him because he hams it up too.
Oh yeah, he hammed the fuck out of that
He is
role.
fantastic.
We even had Nightwolf in that shit.
Yeah.
They did the awful animalities in part 2. Remember that?
Maybe when we get a chance to do that movie.
Oh yeah, but that's just a bad movie. That's not even a bad good movie.
But here, like Shang Tsung is disguising himself as his brother, trying to get an emotional moment out of Liu Kang, because that's how you defeat him. You tug at his heartstrings.
Yep, you get at him.
You know, martial arts don't work apparently.
No, of course not.
And they channeled Flash Gordon with this particular scene.
Yes.
You know, there's like spikes in the ground. You know.
You better hope there's never a malfunction when you're walking on that floor.
Word up.
That shit just starts coming up. They're like, oh shit.
Oh fuck.
Like, oh.
I was doing push-ups. I was pushing me up.
You're doing sit-ups, and you're like, oh shit.
Every man is responsible for his own destiny.
Yeah, you tell him. I was like, you got yourself killed. He's very possessive.
Yeah, he thinks everything belongs to him.
Right up.
He must have been a single child growing up.
I'm pretty sure, like, when the actor got married, he told his wife, "Yo, you're mine."
Imagine, he probably went down on her and then honeymoon. It was like, your soul is mine.
No. No. That would be Eddie Murphy.
How come nobody could ever choose me to go to Bahamas?
And this is when he gets revigored.
Yes, he realizes.
He goes, "I am the chosen one."
I am the chosen one.
See, it's it.
There it
He
is.
believes it now. You will no longer control these souls.
Now, no one can ever explain to me why, at this point, he started losing his souls. Like, it wasn't like he was that damaged.
Because nobody believes in him anymore. That's
Oh, it's like Jack Frost.
Yes,
We're
exactly.
in the Guardians now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But for no reason, he just started losing souls. He hadn't even taken that much of a beating yet.
You know, he's a very morally weak person.
Oh, okay.
Like, he doesn't want to fight the strongest person. He figures fighting a girl will be better. You know.
You weak fuck.
You know, he needs souls to feel strong. See, he had no soul of his own.
For the weak. I already did.
And then he uses sorcerer like a derogatory thing. Like what you call me? I'm a mage, motherfucker.
That's some level 4 nerd shit right there. I'm not a sorcerer. I'm a goddamn mage. Get it right, motherfucker.
You racist fuck. I'm no sorcerer. What kind of sorceress shit is this? I'm a magician, bitch.
I'm a magician, motherfucker. Level 10 mage, bitch.
Word up. A lot of screamy face in this.
A whole lot of screaming face.
A lot of screamy face. Oh, and he did his titular move.
Which does not go that way at all, but we're going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
And Shao Kahn dies a most painful death.
You know. It wasn't.
It damn
you
sure
got
was
your
not.
ass whooped.
You took hits, bitch.
How you gonna call it flawless victory when you got your ass
energy
whooped?
level is low.
And then
He sees his brother.
Then all the souls get released because they were trapped inside of Shang Tsung. You know, that's a lot of souls.
That's a whole shit ton of souls right there.
He must have killed millions of people.
He killed a lot of fucking people, yo. He killed more people than smallpox.
The Ghostbusters would have had a field day at this scene.
Oh, they
Oh shit! They would have.
They would have built one big trap.
We don't have enough traps.
We don't have enough traps.
He got Winston fucking crying in the corner like, I can't take it no more.
2,000 in the box, ready to go. We be fast and
they be slow.
Yeah, Winston would have went.
Now he sees his real brother, his real soul. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? That I'm gonna die soon?
Die soon?
No, oh hell no! You're not haunting my ass.
Especially when I'm in the bathroom. Leave me alone.
Shoot, you stay the hell out of my room. I do freaky stuff in there.
That's right. I need you looking at me.
I lose my king in the room, all right?
I do the no shadow kick in my room, all right?
I lose my king in the privacy of my own room. I don't need you in there haunting me.
Hey, Sonya showed me her blade in that room. Leave me alone. And then everything just turns into roses. I love this part.
It's like, oh, there she goes, creepily staring once again. Katana feeling that. Go get your check, Katana.
Get that check, lady.
Let's go home.
Wow, if Mortal Kombat was that easy for them, like, who did they get to fight
I think they had a harder time in, Big Trouble in Little China.
Your word.
That seemed to last longer.
And they come back to Earth, and she brings him. Now he's got a girlfriend. Comes back from Outworld.
Right, and Sonya kept that hairstyle because it just worked for her.
She creeped him out into submission. He's like, all right, fine. I will date you now.
I will date with you.
Stop looking at me like that.
Even though she's hot though.
Yeah, It's like, look, you, on your own merits alone, you're good enough to be my girlfriend.
You're good enough.
You don't have to creepily stare at me from 10 blocks away.
Yeah, that's just, it's weird. It's weird.
Give me useless advice.
Now, here's the thing that pisses me off, right?
What is it?
Shao Kahn comes to Earth.
Uh-huh.
Watch. So Shao Kahn can come to Earth and still have all his power, but Raiden can't go over there.
Yes.
Yo,
That's exactly
you.
what they're telling you. The god can't go where he wants.
Yeah.
But the mere mortal emperor.
Well, he's an immortal, that emperor. He's not an immortal. He's an immortal.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
So immortal that he died in the last movie.
Well, remember. Immortal just means don't die of old age. Doesn't mean unkillable.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And there we go. We are, at the end of the movie. Shao Kahn tries to come to Earth and tries to take over, and the heroes do oppose, and this shit ends. And we had just went through the gauntlet that is Mortal Kombat.
All right, so now that we've seen this again, it's not fair. It's not fair to judge it. It's not fair to judge it by 2020 standards, because obviously it fails. But it fails miserably. But what do you think? Like, looking at it now, did it bring you back to how you were as a kid when you first saw it?
It really it didn't bring me back to a childhood. It did remind me of things when I first saw it, but like the same gripes that I had back then I still have now. But there are some new things I appreciate about the film.
Sure.
Being a little more of a mature moviegoer. It's wild to think that that they had so many opportunities to do things that were right within their grasp, right within their wheelhouse, and they didn't do it, and it's frustrating, And then just funny things like to make sense, like Katana just creepily staring throughout the whole movie.
I think she had a crush.
She really did. She saw that wafted hair and just lost her mind.
Listen, yes, the man has beautiful hair.
Yeah, man, it's it really is something. How did you feel about it?
How do I say? There are some movies that you can watch, no matter how old they are, despite its flaws, and still enjoy them the same way you did when you first saw them. Like Big Trouble in Little China's like that for me. The Warriors are like that for me. The Last Dragon's like that for me. This is not like that for me. This is not like that for me. I enjoyed it as a kid because it was a video game movie and it had martial arts in it, and I enjoyed all that stuff. I enjoyed it, and it had some good, like, there's 3 awesome fight scenes, like really awesome fight scenes in this, right? You got Johnny Cage and Scorpion. You have
Sub-Zero and Liu Kang.
Sub-Zero and Liu Kang.
And Reptile.
And Reptile. And you know, to be fair, I guess it's 2 awesome fights and 1 decent fight. The one with Sub-Zero is a decent fight.
It's a decent fight.
Ended too soon. But the 2 awesome fights were Reptile and with Scorpion.
Right.
Those are great fights, and I think those fights saved the movie. The ending was very Hollywoodish.
Yeah.
He kidnaps the girl. He fights him. He discovers his true. I would have what would have made that better is if it would have been a real knockdown, drag out fight, and Liu Kang just beats him. He doesn't need Sonya to be in trouble. He doesn't need any of that tricks. Shit. He just beats him.
Yes.
You know, like it's a close fight, and Liu Kang just puts it on him and beats him. You didn't need all the Hollywood shit. I didn't need him to summon the souls of 20 dead warriors. I didn't need spikes coming up. I didn't need none of that shit.
You know, like you could have saved the budget on all that shit.
Yeah, there was no need for all of that.
If there was ever a need for like the one thing that you want to do, and I haven't made a movie, but it's just common sense that you want payoffs.
Of course.
Right? So here's the payoff. Like you have this, you know, you spend all the money on the fight scenes and the locations and stuff like that, and then you tone it back for a final fight scene that's gritty, drawn out, and feels a little more grounded and real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could throw in maybe a little mysticism stuff in
you have to. It's Mortal Kombat. But still, you can keep it.
But there is a certain payoff to that. It's like, yo, when the chips are down and all the science and all the science fiction is gone, it's about 2 people thumping.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And that would have been like a nice payoff, man. But no, we get the Fantasy Island tropical beach scene for like 4 fight scenes out of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, to me,
three.
I didn't mind it for one.
I mean, you had Kano and this girl.
You had Liu Kang
and Dragon Dread.
Dragon Dread.
And then you had whatever the fuck that was between Katana and Liu Kang.
Oh yeah, the
smoky eyes,
the sparring session by the water,
the smoldering eyes by the beautiful
that was
beach.
Completely useless.
You know,
that scene was completely.
I would redo that scene and just cue in like romantic music.
Yeah, they need to play some Luther Vandross or something.
And she was sprung because that whole movie, she was just looking at him lonely. She gave no advice to anyone else.
Word up, she didn't give a fuck what happened to Johnny Cage. Mind you, Johnny Cage was going to fight Goro. This nigga went up and challenged Goro, and she was like, "I don't give a fuck what you do." Johnny Cage.
No advice for his ass.
No advice.
You are on your own.
You're on your own.
Go talk to Raiden's bitch.
Go talk to Raiden. But for Liu Kang, she was all over that egg roll.
She was like, I want some of that Liu and his Kang.
She wants some of the Liu and the Kang.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, she wants some of that. You know, but there's some things that the movie did well. What I love about the movie is that it knows what it is, and it's not trying to be anything more than what it is.
Right.
It's a martial arts movie based on a video game. The story's preposterous, but you don't care because it's a fun game, and it just is what it is. And the movie does a very good job of just being what it is.
Right.
You know, and it's one of the movies that I can revisit every once in a while. Not something I'd see all the time, you know, but every once in a blue moon, I could come back to Mortal Kombat and enjoy the parts about it that are really good, you know.
Agreed. So, I mean, that's the gist of it. That's when it comes down to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. That was really fun.
That was fun.
Just going in there and just ripping a movie to shreds.
Yeah, man.
Peeling back the layers to get to the creamy center.
Oh yeah, we got some cream in that.
Oh man, whew. Yeah. That was good. That was good.
I enjoyed it.
I like I said, I watched that movie last night, and I stopped it maybe like 20 minutes in. And I was like, this is something that we would have to commentate on, and I called you, and I was like, yo, you got to come up and we got to do this, and I didn't get a hold of you. And I was like, shit. Yeah, but tomorrow has got to happen.
Yes, for sure.
And I was like, you know, I'm gonna get him. We're gonna do this.
Oh yeah, no.
But I ended up watching the whole movie last night, and oh man, it was just as good as it was last night. I cracked up.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad it's on Netflix. Netflix needs a section for movies like this. They need like a whole thing.
Well, that's the thing about Netflix. Like, I mean, you keep watching movies like this, they'll just show you movies like that.
Yeah, that's the good thing.
It's an algorithm, you know.
Yeah, for sure it is.
But man, that was fun. So much fun.
That was fun.
And we're sitting at basically an hour and 43 minutes right now of this podcast.
Not bad.
Not too bad. So with that, we're gonna put a pin in it. But we thank you for joining us on this special quarantine edition of Commentate This.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us.
We'll do this again. We don't know what we're gonna watch. We'll figure it out, and we'll be back.
We will be back, definitely.
Thank you, and peace out, yo.
Peace.